this is Nathalie from LineDotArrow from the Netherlands, and I'm here to work on the journal that I'm trying to create with the Mugshot papers and the stained and splattered papers. This is the Mugshot, this is the stained and splattered. And what I did was I have a die cut. This one. I don't know the brand. I think it's some sort of cheap brand because I have it for a very long time, and I cut out these, like many of these, because what I wanted to do is create hinges for a ring-bound journal. Now my initial plan was to use these, but that didn't work because this is solid. And if you glue those hinges slightly off on your pages, you are not able to flip. Because obviously not every, you try to line them up as good as possible. But yeah, I'm human, so maybe I will miss a few millimeter at some point. So I change it to these. Not sure if this is actually the right size. But this is going to be sort of my front cover. This is going to be my back cover. And these are the papers. I also added an ink stained paper in here. Maybe I need to take out paper, or I don't know, because it seems like it's bulky already. Well, let's take this one out because I don't like the way I glued on the hinge for sure. So that will create a little bit of room. And this one, yes, this one can stay in. So yeah, I have been busy. I did not film this at all because I did not have time to film this. So this is actually the first video I'm creating using the Mugshot papers. And I think I even have some papers in twice. But yeah, I lined up all those hinges. I basically cut the pages in half, lined these up, and glue them on. And obviously, as you can see, sometimes it's not well, I missed the spot. That's basically what happened. This one is very thick. Maybe I should take that one out too, because I printed this on thicker paper, but it's also going to create more bulk, of course. I think I have another one over here, yes, at the end. Maybe I'm going to take that one out too. But now you have an idea what I have been up to. Yeah, I received some personal messages, private messages from people about the hand, the accident with the cat. I think I'm doing better. I think it's finally starting to heal, although it still looks like it just happened. It's now a week ago it happened. It is less painful because it really was painful. The scratches were really deep into the skin, but yeah. But yeah, now we have this. But I honestly didn't like this. Now it made me think I think it was with, let me check real quick if I can see which kit I made that with. I have no idea anymore. I think it was with the Summer Bloom papers. I made a ring-bound journal with a fabric wraparound cover. Yes, it was with the summer bloom. I will try to link that video because I have the whole process. But I thought of that and then I thought, well, maybe I can recreate that journal. So I have this and it's huge. I'm not even able to put it in frame. Let me zoom you up just a little. It is basically 2 papers of this bamboo sheet, bamboo paper that you can actually paint on. And I covered it with fabric on the outside and on the inside. And I did some sewing. I wanted to mimic the bars from the jail, but today I realized I should have done a straight stitch instead of a zigzag. But anyway, this is the cover. I created a little fold over here and over here. And the idea is, and if you see the other video of the summer bloom, you know what I mean, to slide in the journal like so. And this is going to be wrapped around. And when you want to use it, you can take it out like so and use it. So I think this will not be highly decorated. The same goes for this one. Maybe over here I will add a pocket, but not sure though. Because, yeah, like I said, I'm not sure if the rings are even big enough to hold these papers. I'm also not sure if I have bigger rings. I didn't even check. Let me check. So I have the tray over here. And it turns out I do have bigger rings. How did I miss that? Okay. Are these all the same color? I guess so. Well, I could... Let me only... take the middle one off. And I'm also thinking maybe I should cut off the middle ring so you just have 4, but I'm not certain about that. But that is optional for later because it's very easy to do, of course, although it is a lot of work still. Does this make a difference? I don't think so. So yeah, I had a great plan, but in reality it worked out a little different than I, well, was hoping for. So now I need to fix that. Okay, if necessary, I could change the rings so you can have more bulk. Because does it sit differently? Yeah, I believe it sits differently on the bigger rings. Well, maybe I should change already to the bigger rings. Let's do that. So yeah, if you if you want to create something like a ring-bound journal with these solid rings that I just showed you, you have to be very sure to have all the holes at the exact same spot. Otherwise, it's not working. And I kind of knew that, but I also kind of forgot that. Or maybe I just wanted to forget, because I really wanted to use those black rings. I really wanted to use those. But yeah. Because I couldn't change it anymore. I couldn't go back, of course. There was no option for me to cut off the rings over here and do something different with the papers, because obviously, yeah, that's not possible. Okay, do I have enough of the big rings? Oh yeah, I do. I scared myself a little. But I already put one away that I still had to use. So yeah, let's switch over to the bigger rings, because we don't want to mess up all the work we already did. So just move forward with what we have and see how it ends. And usually it ends well, that's my experience. Take this out of the way. So obviously I need to put this together, and obviously the sewing is not perfect at all, but to be honest, I like that. I'm still debating if I need to add another layer on here so it is absolutely very sturdy. Honestly, I have no idea how to do that. Can I just glue these over? Can I? Because I can imagine it will not line up completely. I think I can do that. Yeah. The other thing I can do is just cut off this and then glue on the holes. But I can do that off camera. I don't need to do that now. So the next thing I need to do is to come up with some sort of decoration on these, on the front cover of this part and the black papers actually. But I'm not going to do that today because I really want to decorate my cover. Because if the cover is decorated, because now I'm not very excited to work with the journal, to be honest, because I'm afraid it will not work out. But if I have this figured out and I have a pretty cover, then I would be very motivated to finish the journal. So I want to work on this, and this is going to be a wraparound closure, but I want to add things on here. And obviously this is a little more bulky, but I know if I'm going to fill the papers, it will go a little bit more like this. The other journal did, so this one should do the same. Okay, I cut out some of the items from the Mugshot papers. I think I want to put that on the front cover, but I really am not sure, to be honest. Kind of, yeah. I find it very difficult today. Let's see. Because what I also thought was just put on this one on the front cover, and I even could have it like this, but then it would interfere with the closure, obviously. Let me think about it, because I actually like this a lot. Maybe I should. No. Changing my mind. I could even put a tag in here or a tag over here. And I could open this, because this is made from the first week free challenge papers. But it actually makes a great cover. Okay, let me think about it. If I put it on like this, because I actually really like this, I need to sew this on for sure to make sure it stays attached. But that's not the biggest challenge. I can, yeah, like so. The biggest challenge is the closure. How am I going to tackle that? I also thought, well, what if I put in magnets in here, or like the how do you call these? The Velcro over here. So if it closes with the Velcro, and you could have this like so. Or I need to make a closure. I did this in the past. If I put an eyelet in here and an eyelet in here, I could wrap it around like this. I could close this. I think I will do that. Yeah, I think I have the front piece now. Because I really like this. Okay, now I have to figure out, do I want to make a top loading tag thing? Maybe something like this popping out. Oh, that's actually cute. Okay, let's do that. Making some progress. So that's why I didn't close this yet, because I wasn't sure if I need to do some sewing or anything. Oh, I need to put it back. Just sort of measure where it needs to be. Let's see. It needs to be here. Okay. What if I just pop on a little bit of glue? Oh yeah, you are going to not see these, but yeah, I don't mind too much. Just going to put a little bit of glue on here to make sure it's glued. Okay, take this out and have this like so. Did I have it like so? Okay, the only challenge for me is I need to sew. But obviously I need to sew around this. So stay away from the can opener. Do I need to take out these? No, I think I can leave them. Yeah, I'm going to sew this on and then we can work from there. So I sewn this on. I said I was doing only a straight stitch, but I also did a zigzag. I thought it had a little bit more, well, keeping it undercover a better way. I have clipped this down. I'm not sure if I'm going to sew this together already, because maybe I want to put something over here too to embellish this part. Maybe I need to sew. So yeah, that's why I do not sew it already. I remember from the previous cover I made sort of this way with the summer blue. I glued it on, but at that time I was still working with fabric tack, which I don't have anymore. So yeah. Okay, I'm not sure how much you missed. I will see when I add it, but I have the clipboard ready and it can go in here. But the weird thing is, it goes in and the next time it doesn't. But I want it like this, and I want this on the clipboard. I'm going to sew. So I'm just going to lay this as if I want to glue it on. Like so. I'm going to sew around this and around the clipboard, put an eyelet in, and then I'm going to slide it in to the top pocket. So let's quickly do some sewing. So I sewn around both the elements. Just need to cut off a million tiny strings. And like I said, I'm not very good at sewing, but this is extremely messy, but I want it to be messy. So if you are thinking you can't sew, I think you are right. But I am able to stitch straight and perfect. But it takes a lot of effort, and I don't always want that, so this looks terrible. But I love it. Well, it doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look neat. But like I said, I want it that way. I also want to add a little bit of the tape that I'm obsessed with Tim Holtz. But I'm afraid I will no longer be available. It will not be easy to have this in my stash soon. Because I was at the new store where I usually go to. And I noticed not a lot of Tim Holtz going on. I don't know. It's less. But yeah. But as long as I have it, I'm going to use it. Because I really like this. Let me see. Oh, the eyelet. Okay, this one doesn't fit, so I'm going for this one. Okay, other way around. And I also want to put in a string. A little bit too white. Need more glue. I'm just going to show you. Maybe take you up just a little. And this, I'm going to slide this in. Like so. Yeah. And I think can't I do something with this? No, I can't. But I have, as Tamra calls them, hold-me-downers. So what if I attach a hold-me-downer over here and one over here, in the edge? So it will keep it close when you don't have the journal like this. Maybe that's a good idea. Let's do that. Yes, it's a good idea. I found them. What's in here? I find so many things. Oh, mini paper clips, like mini. Look how tiny these are. I have so many of these. 2 hold me downers. Yeah. Check. Then I need these. Maybe smaller ones. Or the bigger ones. No, smaller ones. Because the bigger ones, the legs will not fit through the hole of the hold me downer. It's not possible to use that one. Okay. Now I need to figure out where I need to put them, and also oh, I can use my big bite. I can use the big bite to punch some holes. I'll have to get this over. Maybe I want 2, or do I want 3? Where are they even? Where did I put it? Over there? Maybe one over here. A little higher. Like so. And the other one. I'm not seeing what I'm doing. No idea where I am. Maybe it needs to be exactly over here. Let's hope it's the good spot. I don't know. We will see. Okay, this is really close. Okay. Yes. I'm so glad it worked. But this one is really close to the edge. Yeah, we will see. I do like this. Started to think I need to put one over here too. Let's do that. can also do it like this. Okay. This needs to be folded a little bit more over here. Okay, this can work. And we have this. I think that I'm happy with the piece on the front. I can also do it like this over here, and slide this in a little bit more. But I'm thinking I might need to add something over here to embellish a little bit more. I'm not sure if this needs to be a paper collage thing or maybe fabric. So soft or just elements from the paper like put over here. Maybe you can even put it on like you are creating a belly band while it's actually not. But I also want to extend this a little bit. I think I want to put on like something like this. It's a little bit too much, I know, but just to see. And then it can go like this, and you have a little bit of dripping over here. Yeah, maybe a little bit of the also the fabric on top, stitched and with some red. I could even do something with this, so have this sewn on. Oh, that's actually cute. Yeah, maybe I can do that. Now I want to do that. Because I was thinking, well, maybe I should end the video and craft some more next time, but I'm also very curious to see how that turns out. Okay, needs to be like so. Okay, let me see what I can do. I do need some sort of base to work from. I really like that when I have that. So I think I will go with this. Like so. Like this. Okay, I wanted this on top. I'm first going to glue it, and when the glue is all dried up, I'm going to sew. I think I'll do something like this. Maybe I need to add a little bit more glue. So we have this. What else can I put on? I wanted this also. Oh, it drops. And this is just baker's twine, so it's nothing special. I thought many things. I'm just going to knot or make some knots on here. It's actually nice. No, that's not going to work. It's going to be a very bulky knot. Okay. What if I just sew this on like so? And do I need more or only that piece? Let's see. More like this. Or do I want it like this? No, I want it like this. I think. Yeah. And I want to sew this over on here. And then maybe a layer underneath. Do I also need to add a layer on here too? Have to think about that. So I also found this. This is like this sort of jute. I bought this at a secondhand store, but I remember I also have something like faux leather. Let me check. I found it. I remember I purchased this especially for the black velvet. No, not the black velvet. The red velvet kit. And ended up not using. I also believe I didn't even create something with the red velvet. I don't know. No, I didn't. Oh. But the colors are exactly spot on. Oh, that's really cute. But yeah, I do like this, and I do want to add this anyway. And I also have what did I have? Oh yeah, over here I have black lace. It's very thin, but it is there. So let's do that. Okay, now I'm lost. I think I want this on here. Let's glue it like so. Because obviously I have to do something on the inside too. It is weird not having Fabri-Tac. Okay, this doesn't seem to work. Glue is not strong enough. And I do have a fabric glue, but it's from the local brand over here, local store. But it's very thin and drippy. And when I use it, it is good, but it's everywhere. I want this like so. So when it's like this, oh, it needs to be a little bit downwards. Okay, maybe I just need to glue it on right away because this is not working. It's very annoying. Let's see. It's gonna go on here. I want this like so. Yeah. Okay, let's sew. I sewn this on, and I also added a little red thread. I didn't show you that, but I thought that would be nice, so I just did. I haven't done anything with the leather. I realized that. Maybe I can still do that. And on here I want this like so. No. Like so. Something like this. I'm going to sew this too. So I sewn on these. I also added the faux jute. Over here I am going to cut it down because it's extremely well, sticking out a little bit too much. Just a tiny strip. So yeah, and I do need to cut off the threads. I'm going to do something with this, but I'm thinking this might be a pocket on here, like so over here. But yeah, this is what I got today. I do like it, and yeah, we can work in the next video a little bit more on embellishing and building the journal. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, maybe you want to leave me a thumbs up. leave me a comment and subscribe to my channel if you are new, and also make sure you follow the challenges. I didn't tell you about the challenges, but in the previous video, in the 3rd week challenge, I told you all about the challenges and the free papers. Because this is the 1st week challenge, a set of papers that I work with that is actually on the front cover. But yeah, I hope to see you in the Facebook groups on my channel, and thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay creative. Greetings from the Netherlands, and I hope to see you the next time. Bye bye.